Mind like a chess game, pieces on the grind. Signature moves, collectors rewind. Scavenger hunt, chasing alibis. Ink on the page, lost in those skies. Dreams in the backpack, futures in sight. Sharpie in hand, mission intense. Thumbing through legends, searching for stems. Autograph quest, sneakers in the night. Dreams in the backpack, futures in sight. Sharpie in hand, mission intense. Thumbing through legends, searching for stems. Wolves in packs, howling for the gold. Voices in the wind, stories untold. Left tracks and shadows, ink on the skin. A crew on spot where the journey begins. Famous faces, shadows in their glow. Craving the spark, heartbeats and flow. Bound by a name, a piece of fame. Hunters of legacy, never the same. Whispered secrets, tales in the dark. Pens in motion, leaving their mark. Legends bear witness when night unfolds. Auctions of dreams, ink shines bold. Wolves and packs, howling for the gold. Voices in the wind, stories untold. Left tracks and shadows, ink on the skin. A crew on spot where the journey begins. Famous faces, shadows in their glow. Craving the spark, heartbeats and flow. Bound by a name, a piece of fame. Hunters of legacy, never the same.
So, welcome, Autograph Fisherman here. I know you can't see me. I have my camera turned off, and that's not by accident. I literally decided to do this like 10 minutes ago, and I even want to surprise my guest and my co-host. So, because this is the legendary, and that's not just by name, it is a legendary one, I decided to pull out this. So, while I do my intro, I'm going to leave the light off, but with not much more to do, I'm going to introduce the co-host with the most, Mr. Zach.
With the most what is the question?
Most gum eating.
Well, there we go. Hello, how are we?
Welcome. Happy Spinach Day.
Indeed, happy Spinach Day. It's been a fun one so far.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil any, but there's been quite a few good cards pulled.
Oh yeah,
this year.
Quite a lot.
Is it you? Do you agree that either we're paying more attention to it now because of Lisa, but lots of Miggy cards are being pulled this year?
I think we're just noticing it more. I think it's probably always happened. We're noticing it more.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's true.
Yeah.
So this month, special guest is actually a very special one. I actually still and I didn't go back and look. I still remember his first comment that he did on my one of my videos. It was on my very first video. It was I really enjoyed your video, and I think I really will enjoy your content because it seems to be a lot of hockey. So he's been one of, like, I've been supporting him, and he's been supporting me from pretty much day one, and that is Shane Shoebox Legends.
Hello.
Eric,
Welcome.
what's up?
Thanks for having me. I'm glad I almost wore my own light up sweatshirt. I'm glad I was this close.
I feel underdressed. I should have worn pants.
I just don't stand up.
Aw.
Yeah.
I commit to the bit.
So, again, happy Spinach Day, Alan Ginterhunt Day. So,
Looking forward to seeing some of those videos later tonight.
Yeah.
I will say this. CCB, big hit. Big hit, CCB. That's all I will say.
Okay.
Don't want to spoil it, but it's a big one.
Cool. There's been a couple big hits that I've noticed. But who knows? Just hoping for good luck for everyone. I couldn't get any Alan Ginter, no surprise. They don't really like selling them in Canada.
No.
As long as if you get it online, that's pretty much the only way you can get it here. But I did make a soundtrack for it, so
I think I see too that Card Wolf was opening a box on your behalf.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
Card
it was.
Wolf did a box for you.
Yeah, he told me he was going to do it, and yeah, I was shocked. Like, I
That
know
was awesome.
Don't Talk to Robot does it. You've done it before, Zach, but I was
And
just
I
shocked.
I think For the Polls is going live at some point tonight, and he's going to open up another box and give away 8 entries.
Yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, is that what it was? All right.
Yeah, I just noticed it now. So I'm going to welcome in the chat. So first we have Brent Richards. Welcome. We have Bryzilla. And we have the greatest shout-out guy, Titus. God is great.
Hello, sir. Happy Spinach Day over in the land of the rising sun.
Yes. If I remember correctly, it's the second over there.
Yeah, they're along many hours ahead of us.
I'm pretty sure it's 12 hours.
I think it's 12 or 13 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And Signs of the Pastime.
Oh, Hugo.
Just popped in. Welcome. We've actually, I followed him and he's followed me for quite a while, but we're actually just now really starting to pay attention to each other, and I'm having a blast.
Nice.
All those guys you mentioned make great content.
Oh, for sure.
God is great. Yep.
For sure. So I'm going to pull up the slides. I do have to say at the beginning, because a couple things have changed. I did fix them, but technically the top signer for hockey is not listed as the top signer for hockey, and I will explain. The top signer for hockey is actually technically Martin Brodeur, but not only by rumor, I've actually checked. He charges 10 per, and it is going to Martin Brodeur, but he takes that $10 per card and still gets his secretary to sign it.
Yeah, that I've heard he's done that in the past. So when I heard this again, I was wondering, is this the exact same thing again?
Yeah, and I checked autographs that were in the past and autographs now, and his autographs from pulled autographs, and they're completely different. So
Yeah, that's a shame.
yeah,
I wonder if the secretary gets a cut.
probably not.
Yeah.
So second and third technically is a tie for hockey, and that is Nicholas Lindstrom and computer is slow. Rob Blake.
Hey, I haven't sent to him in a while.
I just got him back not a couple months ago, I think. So
Yeah, I think so. I'll have to see if I can dig up a card.
oh, I have so many cards. Do not look too hard. That's all I'm going to say.
I normally don't. Let's put it that way.
Well, whenever you decide to do Monday with me, you may find something.
That's true. Who knows what's in that box that's been sitting on my table for a while?
So for baseball, and this doesn't really surprise me, it is Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah.
And he's 10 per.
Yeah, but unlike some other people, when you send Ryan Sandberg the 10, it is coming back from Ryan Sandberg.
Yes, it is. It is. Now we're going to basketball, which this person has been on the list before. And that is one moment.
Oh,
Larry Nance Sr.
Oh,
So
I thought it
who were you
was going to
thinking,
be
Zach?
What's that?
Who were you thinking?
I was thinking Lenny Wilkins because he's a really good signer.
Yeah, he is. For football, this is actually his first time being on this list, if I remember correctly.
Hey, Archie. That's not a surprise because he is a very good signer. Archie Manning is. Yes.
Yeah. And he's just staring off into nothing in that picture.
As the Mannings did often.
Yeah. So we're moving off to golf. And golf is actually that's not golf.
I was going to say that's Richard Petty, but we all know he's the king of it.
Okay, well, I guess I lost the slide. Maybe it will come up later, but it is Fred Couples. We'll see if we'll see if he comes up. His picture comes up later. Like I said, I was having a little bit of technical difficulties with the slides, so
he'll probably pop up after.
Probably. Petty. So, who do you think racing is?
Fred Couples. Oh wait, no, sorry, Richard Petty.
Yeah, I still have no comment.
You don't need to. No, Richard Petty, one of the best, unless you live in Canada.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he doesn't send back to Canadian addresses.
Huh.
Yeah, it really makes no sense, but who knows?
But if you're in the States, he'll sign, and if you do want to send to him, he only signs 2 at a time.
Yeah. So this category is very widespread. It's any sport that's not one of the main ones. So that's other sports is what it's classified as. So we actually have another missing one. Jamie Anderson and another missing slide.
Why does that name ring a bell?
She's a snowboarder.
That's okay. I was like Olympian.
She's been on this a lot of times.
Hey Brian, Budget rips in the stream.
Oh, hey Budget, Brian. Okay, so I think I saved the soccer, but she's been on lots of times. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
And that's Jaden Shaw. Sometime.
And for anybody wishing to do the soccer TTMs, a lot of the ladies in that league are really, really good. A lot of them. I've had a lot of success in the NWSL TTMs.
So yeah,
Rodman's daughter plays in that league.
Yes, she does.
She's like the face of that league because she's really, really good. A really good soccer player.
Yeah. So this is the non-sport section, and I actually had to put 2 people down. The second person is only 1 autograph short, but when I saw it, I had to add. But the winner, hopefully, Bob Costas.
I really have to send to him.
Yeah, so do I. As soon as I get a card, I am sending it.
Yeah, that's the card I want. The old Pro Set announcer card. Those are great.
Yes, for sure. But the person who I absolutely saw and had to add because wow, Dolly Parton.
I've heard she's on a signing kick again. She goes in waves. I heard she's back now.
Yes. And I saw this card. I had to put it up.
Oh, it's a great card.
Iconic in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob signs. Yep. So, yeah, pet of the month. So, as we know, Leo was last month's.
Leo. The dog that will never be by anything.
That was big time hit. This time we are going to Incognito, and that's Boots.
That's Boots. Oh,
so the first time I saw Boots was the Allen Ginter last year, and he actually somewhat attacked. No, not even somewhat. He attacked Tim Incognito and whipped up his glove pretty good. So I had to have Boots as a
yeah. Take that. That's what you get for sending me all that gum, Tim.
Yeah. So I honestly, no joke. Besides, like, I love Pet of the Month, of course. It's a good chance to shout out somebody. So, of course, Incognito will be in the description. If he's not right now, he will be. Sometimes forget to do that. But this is actually probably my favorite segment. And that's Hair of the Month.
I'm curious who you got this time.
So, this month is actually Zach's choice for the winner. And
right.
What I usually do is I play off of what Zach chooses. And it was bugging me. It literally was bugging me because I've seen this hairstyle before. So, right off the bat, I'm going to say it is.
Yeah. The Ernie Holmes arrow, baby. Loved it.
So, Zach, I'll let you take over.
No, that was a Steelers defensive tackle back in the first 2 Super Bowls, Ernie Holmes. He had the arrow shaved in his head. Somebody asked him why. He said, because that way I always know where the quarterback is.
Oh, nice.
Or like I always know what direction to run for the quarterback. It was something like that because of the arrow on his head. And that's something right there.
For sure. But like I said, it was driving me nuts. I knew exactly that I've seen it before. So I've actually put it side by side.
Oh, geez.
Is that
Wow, you
Hextall?
are not kidding.
Yep.
That's a dead ringer right there. Huh.
The haircut, though,
Never
is
even
like
thought-
dedication to your craft. That's taking it an extra level right there.
Yeah,
I do agree.
That's what you call commitment.
I just want to know. I'm thinking Ernie chose it first. So how iconic is it that Ron Hextall made a mask to pay homage to his hairstyle?
Yeah, something. But yeah, Ernie was back in the early '70s, early to mid '70s. Ernie was rolling that. Oh yeah, Zeus had that kind. Tiny Lister had that kind of hairstyle as well.
Oh,
No,
So,
I'm impressed you pulled that from the back of your brain. Ron Hextall's helmet.
well, yeah.
Look
Like
at
I
the look
said,
on Hextall's. Can we look at the look on Hextall's face for a moment? He's about to do something horrible to somebody.
I don't have a slide of that, no. But isn't that what he always looked like? Except for when he
Yeah,
got his butt beaten up by Felix Potvin?
I was going to say up until he ran into Potvin or Barrasso because they just left each other alone.
Yeah. But I couldn't find a better picture of my hairstyle that I decided. I don't think he really wants it out there. And because I don't think he'll ever find me. And if he does, I'm really sorry because I'm afraid of you. One Hexall.
Ah, Ron. He was old at that point.
But now,
You know.
if you look at his pictures now, miraculously he has a full head of hair again.
Hey, not wearing a helmet every day will do that to you.
But I just find this one funny because he has a full head of hair except for the very top.
Hey, he does have a very nice bouffant these days.
So,
In his case, the down arrow was the direction for his hair to fall out.
Yes.
Of his
There
helmet.
it is.
yes, it definitely
There it
was.
That's what we call foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, yes. Very important thing if you're a storyteller. So, I don't pick, I'll put the next one. Cards of the month. Now, I do not pick the cards of the month until maybe a week before I make the slideshows, not even. So when Shane decided that he would agree to come on with us, I actually picked two cards that I thought of when I thought of your channel.
Ooh, are they
So the
buybacks
first
by
one is
chance?
what's that?
I said, are they buybacks by chance?
No, but I do have a buyback story. The first one is the 7980 OPG/tops.
Oh, love that card.
Yeah.
He was 51 years old that season in the NHL. How awesome is
Yeah. But if I'm correct, look who's in the background.
that?
Oh, I didn't even
Passing
notice
of the
him back
torch.
there.
Almost.
Yeah, I didn't even notice him behind him there.
It's his rookie year.
Huh. That's a card right there.
Oh, yeah. It is an iconic card. So the second card, because I always do two, is one that I have never heard of. But again, it's right up your alley. It's, well, the way they listed on ComC is 1909-11. Piedmont 350 black. Bill Corrigan.
That's an awesome card.
Look at that.
Love that it
Those-
says Boston right across his chest too, and then you got the red background to match.
Yeah.
That's killer.
I love those old tobacco cards. They're just
Oh, I
gorgeous
know.
things.
So do I. Completely. Like, If I had the money, actually, you know what? Everybody knows ComC to be kind of expensive. This card was going for like $20.
Wow.
Wow.
It's in decent shape too
That's-
for 100+ years old.
Yeah,
I was going to say, for over 100-year-old tobacco card, that's in really good shape.
until you get it and you realize that that was photoshopped.
But like all accounts, that card shouldn't even exist anymore.
Oh, I know. I agree.
I love the sweater uniform too. That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah.
I was thinking, that's what I was thinking. It looks like he just left, like, you know, he was working in an office and then went out, oh, let's go throw the ball around, because it looks like he's wearing slacks as well.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love those. Those are great.
So, the next slides, well, we'll sit on this one all night, is people who I sent to last month. Now, I'm hoping the order is correct. I just have to play it by ear because the first person that I sent to was actually, well, I was going to send to was Martin Brodeur. So I quickly decided not to send to him.
Yeah, hang on that for a minute.
Yeah. So hopefully the first person, if not, I'll just read it off of the screen, is Pete Smith. Second one that I sent to, is, if it comes back, is going to you, Shane. It's I sent Ernie Witt a buyback card,
Oh, Ernie Witt.
and he's an amazing signer. So I'm going to actually say when I get that one back, because yeah, it's Ernie Witt. It's going to you, Shane. So
Yeah, Ernie Witt's almost a guarantee these days. He's really good.
oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's awesome, John. That'll be my first TTM buyback card if that comes through. That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. I've never heard of it, like sending a buyback card, and I've seen it done once before on Sports Card Forum. I can't remember who it was, but
Yeah,
next
I haven't seen too many of them.
is Brian Dayat. And we have Jeff Knuckle. Dave
He's a good
LaPointe?
signer. Yeah, LaPointe's a good signer.
Jim Gott. Bob Danier.
Now, are these just the ones you found, or are these the ones you actually sent?
No, this is what I found on ComC.
Okay.
The pictures
Hey,
are
man.
from ComC. It takes a lot of work to send pictures off of my phone onto the laptop
Oh,
that I have. It's actually not a laptop, it's a Chromebook. So, hey, Maiden. But Cliff Floyd? Eric Hillman?
So, like, those are the cards I love to get signed, like the weird minor league cards.
Oh, I agree.
I love
AJ.
love getting those signed when I can.
And
AJ?
Alan Ginter.
Mm.
But we have Kurt Fraser. I don't know. I'm probably one of the only people, but I actually really enjoy those Vancouver jerseys. Not the yellow ones, these ones.
Nah. I'm not a fan. It looks like they were lit on fire, and that's the pattern it burned into.
Right?
Yeah, I think that might be why I like it, though, honestly.
It's almost a
It could be.
continuation
I
of
mean,
the down arrow off the Hextall mask, right across.
Oh,
the
yeah, I didn't think of that one.
It's just continuing on. I mean, it's unique for sure.
Mm.
Oh.
The yellow one was too bright.
That must have been it.
Brian McCallahan, and the player from so many teams is actually an NHL record. Brent Ashton.
Look at that hair. Look at that mullet. Look at it. Look at it.
That could have been
Yes.
hair of the month right there.
Oh, seriously.
Actually, now that Megan's here, mullet.
Yep, mullet time.
So, actually, I didn't realize that I did this, but I did. This one, if I get it back, or I should say when I get it back, is going to someone else as well. And it is Gerald Williams.
Hey, he's a good.
Now,
he'll-
who is this one going to? I don't know.
I don't know, but I'll tell you, he should sign because he's at least a while ago, he was a good signer.
Yeah.
Wonder who that could be.
Well, cross your fingers, Zach, because it's going to
We'll find
you.
out. Thanks, John.
This one I had to send. I know he's probably a big star and all that, but it's his name. I have a whole bunch of football players that have something to do with a body part. A collector's dream. So, Marwan Butts.
Oh, Marion Butts. No, he actually
Marion
is
Butts.
a good signer.
But yeah,
Chances are you win this too.
Yeah, there's no way I couldn't have not sent to him.
Right. Absolutely.
So, next, we're at apparently 15, I do 24 each month, is Sid Bream.
Let's go. Look at that mustache.
Yes.
You traitorous
Yes.
son of a. He's the
So,
reason. He's the reason the 20-year losing streak started.
Mm-hmm.
I still love him though, and well
Yes.
worth the dollar that he costs.
Yeah. I actually have his on the 91 Don Ross, so it goes with that I'm trying to get.
Mm.
So, next is Randy O'Neal.
That's an interesting looking card right there.
Yeah, he looks a little dazed and confused.
No, it's like, dude, blink twice if you need help, man. Sid Bream is $1 to get his
Yeah.
autograph.
Yeah. So, because this guy's kind of scary,
Yes, let's move on.
Greg Brock. And he's kind of looking like he's staring into my soul, so
Maybe he's looking at Randy O'Neal.
I think so. It kind of makes sense now. I understand.
He's-
Bye. Next one is one of probably a very underrated player, Chris Draper. I do have his autograph before, but the card that I got, I really want to get signed, so I'm going to try again. So, yeah.
John, who
wish
do you
it was that
decide?
card, but
How do you decide who to send to? Is it just cards that you have based on opportunity, or do you go out and buy cards just to send them, or a little bit of both? Or
for me, it is more. I have so many cards of common and honestly worthless cards. That's why I like to collect. So I can basically hear if somebody's signing and go through and pull one of his cards out. So I do it more of getting Dollarama packs through racks, like gifts. And if I do have one that I really want, I'll go on Discord and propose trades
Nice.
for it. So no, I really don't go out and buy a certain card for a certain person. This one, the card that I got of this person, I got maybe like 3 years ago or something like that, 3-4 years ago. For the polls, got me a hobby box of OBG, and I actually pulled a number card out of 50. I'm not a collector of this person, so I figured I'll risk it. It will be a good story. And I hear he's a good signer, so Jonathan Huberdeau.
Actually, he is. I got him back.
That's actually why I thought of it. So, Calgary Flames seem to be a really good signing team. So, and I think he was a good signer when he played for Florida too.
Yeah, that's when I got him, when he was playing down in Florida.
So we are actually going into the rest of hockey, but a couple real old hockey players. Ed Johnson.
Wow. There's a name.
Unfortunately, that's not the card. Then we have Heartland Monahan.
I've never heard of that guy.
That makes two of us.
Yeah.
That's three of us. Honestly,
it's a great
that's
name.
3 of us. I just happened to find his card, saw if he signed, saw his an old vintage card, so
Hey, why not?
before it's too late, send it to him.
Yeah.
Then we have Pete Stemkowski.
What is with the guys just looking haunted?
I know. I honestly didn't do that on purpose. And if I
Was it the 70s? Was the 70s really that bad that everybody just had that 1,000-yard stare in photographs?
Or that good. Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Maybe it was
That's
a little
true. It was
mixed
the
there.
70s. So maybe I got it backwards. Wow.
Luckily, the next 2 isn't 70s, so maybe we aren't going to be scared.
Maybe.
We have Ray Shepard, maybe.
There you go.
And another great signer, I've gone quite a few times actually. I just decided to do it again because another series of sets or whatever that I'm doing is Pro Set. So Bernie Nichols.
Oh, he's a good one.
So I have 1991 Pro Set of his where he's playing for Series 1, he's playing for Edmonton, and Series 2, he's playing for New York Rangers, or vice versa. I can't remember. So I'm saying both of them.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
So, yeah. And unless those 2 slides that were missing, very curious. Nope. So get you off the screen and get us to the 3 parts. So yeah, that's just something I like doing to show you guys some ideas and kind of a nice warm up. So again, legendary show from a special guest that it's not just in his name, it's true. Shoebox Legends, welcome again. You don't understand how much I'm excited to have you on, honestly. I've wanted you on for a while.
I'm excited to be on. Yeah, I've enjoyed both of your channels, and it's fun to be able to do this on a Saturday night. So
Yeah. it's a good way to lay back. First, now 100% correct me if I'm wrong, but you were a trading card blogger before YouTube. Is that correct?
Yeah. So I've actually been doing like cards in some social way for like 17 or 18 years. So I wrote a card blog for about 11 years straight. And then about 4 years ago, I just got a little tired of that, and it was very time consuming, scanning all those cards and writing articles. And so switched over to YouTube, and I've been on YouTube now for about 4 years. So blogging was pretty similar to YouTube. Community of people, you meet friendly people, you trade cards back and forth. There's a lot of similarities there. So
oh yeah, I agree. Yeah. So okay, great work. So you have an iconic name in my mind. How do you come up with Shoebox Legends?
It's pretty simple. So that was the name of my blog for many years. So I just carried it over to YouTube. But I think when I chose it initially, it's because when I was a little kid and first time in the hobby, 7, 8 years old, I would keep all my best cards in top loaders in a shoebox. And every month when I would get like my Tough Stuff or my Beckett magazine, I would go through and look up all my shoebox cards and fantasize about how rich I was going to be in the future, And so yeah, the shoebox is where I stored all my best cards, and I kind of view my collection as a history of the legends of the games or the sports that I enjoy watching, and so just kind of mashed them together, and that was the name.
And
hey, you know what? It makes complete sense. Honestly, it really does.
I was wondering if an actual shoebox had something to do with it, because that brings back memories.
That was it. Yeah, whenever I'd get new shoes for grade school or whatever, the box would become a card storage box. So.
Yep.
I think we've all been there.
Oh, yeah.
So you have quite a few iconic series on your show. You probably don't see them as that way, but we do. The one that always comes to my mind, and I did a bit of a tribute a while ago. Well, now quite a long time ago, but how did you come up with the cheese box?
Yeah, so I live in New England. We have a ton of like antique stores. It's like an older part of the country here, and every once in a while, my wife and I will go out, browsing on the weekend or something, and I would always run into these little boxes. And since I keep cards all over the place in my room, and my wife is very gracious about putting up with that, but I'm always looking for ways for it to look a little bit nicer than just gray cardboard boxes everywhere. And so they're the perfect size to store cards. So I started picking those up just as a storage method. And then after a while, I was like, you know what, it'd be fun if I just rummage through some of these on video. I usually have a big backlog of cards that I've ordered on ComC or eBay that I haven't really like processed or added into my collection yet. And they're all waiting in one of these cheese boxes. So I just take out the box, press record, and I just pull cards for, maybe 10 or 15 minutes and talk about why I picked up what I picked up. And, they're easy, quick videos. I don't have to do any editing. And I have a really busy work schedule. So if I get 20 minutes in between meetings or at the end of the day, I can just, hit record and get a video, get some content up on the channel.
Yeah, I personally don't really edit myself. And I know, Zach, you don't edit. So we can all respect that completely.
Lack of time is one of the reasons I switched over from blogging to YouTube. So anything that cuts down on time is a plus. Yep.
Yeah. With you saying that, I'm actually kind of inspired to do something. I don't usually do this, so I'm going to put myself on the big screen, and I'm hoping this will work. I'm going to try. So when I get back, when I get on the big screen, I'm going to try this. Walking you over around the chair. And this is what my wife has to deal with.
That looks familiar.
So, oops. So, yeah. Don't tell my wife what you just said about the
John, you do realize she's probably watching, right?
She's not. She's flat out says she wasn't.
So you hope.
She's watching movies.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like my dining room table, not exactly dining worthy because there ain't no room on it. But you know, I live alone, so it's okay. Nobody's yelling at me yet.
There you go.
But joking aside, she doesn't even say anything. So I just have piles of cards I want signed, cards that I'm giving away. So it looks like a complete mess, but it's all organized in my mind.
Exactly. As long as you can find it when you need it.
Enough about that. Back to you, Shane. He loves, and everybody was actually talking about this last month. What inspired you for ripping with Leo?
It's a good question. I don't know why I did it initially. He's just a pretty mellow dog. I don't do a lot of pack ripping on my channel. I mostly buy singles. But I wanted to get into occasionally ripping a pack because I still enjoy doing that. This is how I got into the hobby when I was 7, and I still like opening packs today. And so it just kind of came together like, hey, you know, what if I open this pack and it's all duds? I have the worst luck opening products. So I'm like, oh, these are going to be boring videos. I'm not going to pull anything good. But if I have my dog in the background, at least there's, you know, something there for people to look at if the pack's a dud. So I think that's kind of how it started. And then, you know, he's a very photogenic dog. So he started to get a little following of his own, and then it just kind of continued on from there.
For sure.
I think honestly, how many things are not made better by the inclusion of an animal?
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter. If there's a pet wandering around, it's going to be a better video.
For sure. So I see Gaza came in. I have a bit of hiccups.
I've seen some other pets too. I don't know if you guys know his channel, but there's a really good guy, Peter B, who lives in my area, and he's got a little dog named Leo too. So he's done some videos and with his dog Leo. It was pretty fun.
Oh, nice. You'll have to send me a link to that.
Yeah, I will. Future nominee for Pet of the Month, maybe.
Yep. Spoiler, probably. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but next month is a big one. So, hi, Goza. I can't remember if I said that to you, but hi again. I'm actually getting hot with this sweater on.
Hey,
so,
I admire your commitment. I will say that.
I'm probably going to be taking it off very shortly.
I don't blame you.
So you said you were on about 4 years, you said?
Yeah,
so,
I think I just passed my 4 years on YouTube maybe a week or so ago.
Cool. Do you have any like big happenings that happen on your channel? It just kind of comes to your mind?
Honestly, I'm pretty low key. I'm pretty much. I like to show the cards. I don't get into like hobby news or hobby drama or any of that. I usually just do hand modeling. I think, you know, I like doing videos like this, but where I'm showing off cards, a lot of times I feel like they look better in the other angle where I've just got the camera right in my hand. So the majority of my videos are just me simply talking and showing cards. I try to keep it very simple. Like we said, no editing. If I have to put a link or a channel name up or something, I just hand draw it on a note card and hold it in front of the camera.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very analog, simple channel, and I try to keep it that way.
And it works.
So,
That's
yeah, it works. And we all love it. Last question, and I ask this of everyone. I know you're not a TTM collector, which is cool. This is perfect. But what would your Mount Rushmore of autographs you would like?
Oh man! All right, well, I'd have to go Wayne Gretzky first and foremost, just because I'm a hockey guy. He's got to be on there. I might put Pele on there. I'm a big soccer fan, and I would love to have a Pele auto at some point. I've never owned one, but that would be killer. Babe Ruth, just because I grew up like I watched Sandlot when I was a little kid. You know, that was a favorite movie of mine as a kid. And there's just something about like a Babe Ruth autographed baseball that would be like timeless. I think for my fourth one, I might go like Josh Gibson, because I'm really fascinated. I don't think there's hardly any autographs of him out there, if any, that I've ever seen. Or, you know, he died so young. I can't imagine what those would go for if you could ever even find one.
I've never seen one. Never in my life seen one.
Yeah, he's like, to me, he's like the ultimate, you know, like what could have been in sports. Obviously, never got to play in the majors, and there's so many of his peers and people who did play in the majors that claim he was, you know, every bit as good as Babe Ruth, and just the fact that he
Babe Ruth himself
passed away
said
at such a young age. That'd be a cool autograph. So I'll choose him for my fourth.
That's one I never even considered, because he played his entire career in Pittsburgh.
Actually, I have another question now that I think of it because of that. What got you into the Negro League?
It was pretty random. So like every year around December, I try to think of some kind of theme or some way to try to focus my collection the following year, because I'm really bad. I have shotgun-like focus, and I can't seem to stay on any one thing for any length of time. So the year before last, I just was looking over my collection overall and realizing, you know, where I had good representation and where I maybe didn't. And for whatever reason, I just thought of the Negro Leagues. And even though there's very few, if any, cards that exist of most of them from their playing career, there's been a lot of stuff from the last 30 years or so that's come out. And so, yeah, I just decided, you know what, I want these guys to be better represented in my collection. I want my collection to be like a visual representation of the history of the sport. And those guys are as important as the guys who were playing in the majors. They just didn't get the chance. So I kind of got interested in it. And then it just started to snowball. I read a couple books. I just started researching like crazy. And the more I learned about a lot of those guys, the more fascinated I was. And, you know, a lot of people don't know about them or care much about them. So you can get some really cool stuff at some really reasonable bargain prices. And so it all just kind of came together. And that's honestly, over the last 2 years, it's been one of the biggest focuses in my collection. I've learned a ton, and it's just been a lot of fun.
To be honest with you, I never even thought of that league ever until I saw you showing them. So thumbs up to you on that one. It's working.
Honestly, especially being up in Canada, probably not many people know about it, because not a lot of people, even in the States, unless you had a team in your area, knew about it.
Yep.
I don't know, Mike.
Some of the companies
to go to Negro League games all. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Zach.
No, I was saying my grandfather used to say he would go to the Negro League games all the time between the Homestead Grays and the Pittsburgh Crawfords. He had two teams to choose from.
Man, I would love to go back in time and see some of those. Yeah.
So more than likely, on several occasions, he got to sit there and watch Josh Gibson play.
Yeah, the card companies seems like have done a better job the last year or two. Also, there's been a lot more cards from Topps and Panini that are coming out that are featuring some of those players. So hopefully that trend continues.
I do agree. There's been so much change from back then to now in the good. So, yeah, I think they should definitely get more cards and all that kind of stuff. So, again, you're doing a great job with doing that, and it is getting out. The word is getting out there. I'm living proof of it. So, that being said, about being living proof, Zach, you have stuff to show off.
I'm living proof of what? What is going on?
Craziness.
No, we actually got autographed back. But the first one, like I showed you guys back there, we have to do, unfortunately, the yellow sticker of demise for Rick Aguilera. So back to Star Tiger, and like I said, maybe he moved, maybe I wrote down the address wrong, but got 9 possibles back. Let's see. First one,
Jake, I'm live.
We do. Golf, we got Kenny Perry on the Goodwin Champions. He has a nice looking signature.
He does.
All right. So one success. Don't cue the sad trombone yet. We actually have something. Number 2. All right. NASCAR. A lot of the NASCAR drivers are really good. If you send it carry the team, we got Bailey Curry on the Chronicles. Number 3, and I opened these before or sliced them open. 3. There you go, John. We got some hockey. Marcus Johansson.
Nice.
I'll have to see where I sent to him to and how long ago it was. But hockey, I think, is going to be one of the only sports that's actually going to still have people sign.
Yeah.
Number 4, well, another hockey, but older hockey. Brad Jones.
Oh, nice. I'm a big fan of his.
And I love the Stadium Club.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, we got vintage football. Gary Shirk for the Giants.
Nice.
What year is that? 78. I like that. Number 6. Another hockey for you. It's a hockey night. Randy Carlisle.
Oh, yeah, and that's a hairdo.
Yeah. That's flowing in the breeze, as it were. Number 7. Let me put my letter in there. Okay, it is signed on the 90, Don Russ. Jim Clancy in the blue.
Nice.
And he put my letter in. I'll just to make sure the card got back safe. So thank you for that. 2 more. Number 8. Basketball. Olympic basketball. It's Mel Counts from the 1964 Olympic team.
Nice.
And
Awesome.
If I remember, and he is the one, the supporting player, literally the supporting player, as it were. And last one. All right, so we're 8 for 8. And there's no way. Well, there is a way. All right. Well, shout out Julie Farnham, Joel Erickson Eck on his Parkhurst rookie. When did I send to him? That had to have been a while ago. There you go.
That is a nice card.
Nothing like batting 1,000.
I know. I'm 9 for 9. Let's go.
No, that's great. Lots of hockey this week.
I know. There you go. John, it was fortuitous. What, 4 or 5 out of the 9 were hockey guys? They'll take it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I only got 2 myself this month.
And I sent to Erickson Eck almost a year ago now. I sent to him mid-March of 2024. Let's go.
That's not that bad.
No, we take.
So, back to you, Shane. You have a few things that you would like to show off?
Sure. Yeah, I pulled a few cards. I'll start with this one since we were just talking about them. But this is from 2007 through 2010. Allen and Ginter. Topps had the former Negro League players sign and pack issue cards in the Allen and Ginter release. I think they maybe realized that these guys were getting towards the end of their lives, and this was, one of the last chances to get their autographs on cardboard. So I thought this would be a good one to show. It, like we said, it's been a theme of my collecting over the last couple of years. And even though it wasn't TTM, I do still enjoy collecting autographs. And I've mentioned it when I've shown these on video, but I like to imagine how meaningful it must have been for these guys to be in their 80s and finally get like a proper baseball card and know that collectors were going to collect and appreciate these. So I've been trying to collect the whole run of these. They had, I think, about maybe between 15 and 20 players, former Negro League stars that all signed for.
There had to have been some pretty decent names. Some pretty decent names in
there. Yeah, they're cool cards. And then this one, hopefully this takes a little of the Sid Bream sting out of it for you. I know you're a Penguins guy.
Mario!
Zach, so
Nice.
Found this short print canvas Mario Lemieux from many years back. They put these retired players short printed at the end of the Upper Deck canvas insert set. And so great shot there of Le Magnifique with Stanley Cup.
Le Magnifique.
Love Lemieux.
People can say
And then,
what they will.
John,
That
you
man was
mentioned it,
amazing
but
to
obviously
watch.
a big part of my collecting is buybacks. I'm a huge buyback fan. And so I do get into hockey buybacks also. And I've got a nice Mario Lemieux here as well.
Ooh.
And that's an iconic card without it being a buyback. So
yeah, the first ever Upper Deck hockey release. And what these were 20 years later, after the release in 2010, they issued these in packs of the Canadian release only. And you would get like maybe one per box. They're not numbered, but I think the print run on them is probably maybe 15 to 20 each, somewhere around there. And I also have to go with that one, the
nice.
Yager rookie card.
Let's go.
In buyback format.
Oh,
I don't get to show too much hockey. Most of the time I've done collaborations, it's been with baseball people. So hopefully it's okay that I picked out some hockey. I was a Whalers fan growing up, so this is one that I showed recently on my channel. But you've got Ron Francis, Pat Verbeek, Ray Ferraro, and Mark Howe on a quad auto, all in their Whalers gear.
That is sweet.
Love that one. And then this one is really fun. You guys will like this, I think. Stu Grimson, who I know you guys will know. One of the great nicknames in hockey history. And he actually signed this card, the Grim Reaper.
Nice.
That's a Panini card from a notable nicknames subset that they did. And they're all on-card autos, and the subjects actually signed their notable nickname right on the card. So I love that Grim Reaper. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's
iconic.
Fantastic.
And then I got just two more here. This is a guy that I've been watching and having a blast watching this year as he gets closer and closer to Wayne Gretzky's goal record. So I had to shout out Alex Ovechkin. He's been tearing it up. I can't believe he's in his late 30s, broke his leg this year, and he's still potentially on track to beat the once unbeatable record later this year or maybe early next year. So I love collecting Ovi. And then the last card, this is one I just got in the mail today, so I figured I would break it out from the WHA back in the 70s. Got this nice Bobby Hull from his time with the Jets.
Nice.
And thanks to I don't really care about the grade, thanks to the low assigned grade of a PSA 4, this was like $19.
I was going to say, I was going to guess like a 6.5. That does not look like a 4.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at tons of these, and they're almost never centered like this. And the card looks great. So yeah, $20, can't go wrong. I love the WHA. I'm fascinated by that league. I was a Whalers fan growing up, and they started, of course, as the New England Whalers in the WHA. And then I lied. I do have one more card, John. I had to break this one out.
Give me 1 second.
Oh yeah, this is my one and only TTM that I ever did.
Oh yes.
In my whole life. It is the 1991 Pro Set Wayne Gretzky, which is so funny because I know you're working on a 1991 Pro Set TTM set build. I sent this. I don't know if this is even a legitimate signature or not. I really don't. And it almost doesn't matter either way. I sent this off when I was a youth hockey player, like maybe 8 or 9 years old. Waited a few months, and when it came back in the mail, I was just so excited. It even has in the background, he's playing the Hartford Whalers, which is perfect for me. So yeah, my TTM career was short-lived, but I guess if I was going to pick one to do, I picked a big name to go after.
That's actually the first time I've seen it on my computer. I always watch this stuff on my phone, and that's the best I saw it, and it looks 100% legit to me.
No, and that's the thing. Because I sent to him and had a success with Gretzky as well. So it's like he's weirdly good. Like he shouldn't be, but he is.
Yeah, I mean, I used to joke with my dad that maybe he intercepted it out of the mail and just, sent it back just to be nice. But he swears, he helped me look up the address and we sent it off and it came back about a month later. So who knows? But whether it's real or not, it's just sentimental to me.
I would venture to say that. I would venture to say that is a real auto. Because he's super good with the fans.
Yeah, very good. And looking at it myself and looking at the ones I have seen, and I'm not talking about other TTMs or in person. I've seen lots of what I call pack autos, and they look exactly the same.
Yep.
So, when you were showing off the cards, I thought of another question for you.
Sure.
And what got you into collecting Stanley Cup cards with the Molten Stanley Cup?
I think it's the greatest trophy in the history of sports. I played ice hockey growing up from early grade school, like kindergarten, first grade, all the way through high school. Afterwards, I played in like men's floor hockey leagues and stuff. I just love hockey, and my younger brothers played, so our whole family was hockey oriented. It was tournaments every weekend and practices every weeknight, and we were just obsessed with hockey. And I just think the Stanley Cup is the greatest trophy in sports. Just the history of it, the fact that every winner has their name engraved on the side of it is just incredible to me. And so, yeah, I love cards that feature the Stanley Cup. I've got a whole separate side collection of cards with the cup on them.
Yeah, it kind of always put me onto the Stanley Cup because it actually is the only trophy that I know of that's older than the league that it's represented with. So,
yeah, and I think I've had some people who are not hockey fans, comment on those videos and just say, like, I had no idea that every player actually had their name engraved on the side of the cup, which is just really cool. I'm not aware of any other trophy in sports where they do that.
No, and it's not just the players.
Right.
Well, and not just, it's because all of the other sports, they have a new trophy every year.
Yeah.
Exactly. They give it out to the team. Like if you win the Super Bowl, the Lombardi trophy, that's going home with the team. And then they make a new one for the next year. But the cup, they have to give back.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's
just knowing
that's
the history. Think about the names that have held that in the air over the last 100 years, like that exact trophy. It's just so cool to think about. So,
yeah,
even going back to when Vancouver won the cup. So, but yeah, no, I do agree. That's just iconic. So I'm actually going to give myself the big screen. I have a couple things to show off. First of all, I was talking backstage, and I opened this during Christina's live last night. Adam's card closet actually sent me this card in a return envelope. He actually asked for my autograph. So this is the first time that I've been asked. I joked around saying that Zach is the only other person who has my autograph, and that part isn't a joke, but so there's going to be 2 of my autographs out there.
What a perfect card to have you sign too.
Oh yeah, the Allen Ginter that I got from that I gave Zach was last year's fishing Fun and Sun. Something else I opened up last night was a package from A Mess of Things. This is from September Rips, and I remembered one of these, but because it was way back in September, no way I could remember both of them. But little known fact, it's not just TTMs I collect. It's also, I have lots of subsets, but I also really like Pat pulled autographs. And he actually pulled 2 in the month for me. I've always picked the J's. So just the fact that he pulled 2 autographs and they're both J's is pretty amazing. So this one's Tom Hatch. And this one is Martinez.
Nice.
Oh, nice. That's a nice looking one.
Oh, it is.
I like the border on that. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, this is the one they pulled for team assignments. So the very first thing he pulled, we were all joking he pulled his regular 100 cards, and there were no J's pulled. So he decided to keep on ripping, keep on ripping. Basically, long story short, a 10-minute video turned into a 30-minute video trying to get me a J. He pulled this as the one J.
Hey, if you're only going to get one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nice to hear a positive breaker story for a change too.
Yeah. I was going to save the possible TTMs for tonight, but I was having too much fun last night with my wife, so I just opened everything I had. Get your minds out of the gutter. So I had two of these cards. The other one's on my table, but I had 1990 and this one, both on Don Ross of Johnny Ray.
Awesome.
Nice.
So, like I said, I do have the 1990 Don Ross. It's just on the table. 1991 score, Todd Zeal.
There we go. He's a good looking signature.
Oh, yeah. I got two of this guy. And I just realized right now that I have two. Well, I'll just show you. Mikhail Glot.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yep.
And great mustache. Not in this picture, but. And this is what I just realized. Look at this card and look at the next one. But this is him as a Nadik with that mustache.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So this is 86 OPG. Again, on the 1986 OPG, we have Paul Gillis.
There you go.
Sweet.
So two Quebec teams on the same time, same year. So same month I got back. So yeah. Then ones I got at the beginning of the month, we have Juan Binger. And that's a nice signature, I think.
Yep.
He's
And a
got
nice
mullet
mustache.
And this one is iconic. Shout Lisa. I know this guy, believe it or not, I know this guy more for being a Blue Jay than a Tiger. And nobody really would believe me. He used to be 5 per, but I guess he's 10 per now. And on the 91 Don Ross, Cecil Fielder.
Yeah. Great player.
On the MVP. And I did send him 4 Don Ross cards. So 3 of them, I didn't really care much if he signed it. I was happy, but this one is the one that I absolutely wanted him to sign, and that's a Diamond King.
Sweet. 50 home run season, I remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
That looks great with the blue marker and the blue border too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I absolutely love Diamond Kings signed.
Yeah, they're a great set.
A Shadow Card Wolf. I'm actually just working on this one. It's going to be going out next month. Spaceman.
Yeah, Spaceman.
And honestly, shame on me, big time. I completely forgot he was an Expo.
Oh, right. Yep.
Yeah, at the end of his career.
Yeah.
He and Boston started to not get along a little at the end.
I wonder why.
Because he's an odd bird.
Mm-hmm. It sure is. So, we're just over an hour. So,
Hey, Barry.
hey, Barry, times 2. So, going down the list, I'm actually going to start with you, Zach. What do you have planned coming up? And don't be shy in telling us what you're doing.
Trying to think if there's anything entertaining coming up. Well, actually, I do have a hobby box of 2015 Panini Americana that I haven't I've never opened, and I know there's in that particular one, I think there is historical relics, and I think you can actually get something from. I think there's a relic from the Titanic in that set.
Wow.
It's one of the part of something from like the boatyard in Belfast or something, but that's what I love. Random historical things.
Mm-hmm.
Does that box potentially have TTM fuel, or is it all too old? You know.
No, I think there's going to be some really, really good because like the Kenny Perry autograph I got back came from 2012 Goodwin Champions. So they'll pick people that are like really kind of hot in other sports around that time. So they may not necessarily be that old and probably are retired, which means you have a better shot of getting them.
Cool.
Plus, with the oddball things, they throw in other sports athletes, non-sport people. It's like Allen and Ginter, basically. It's a weird set. Hey, Magnus.
Well, I had to put that one up. I didn't see you. If you came in here earlier, welcome, but that's a great comment. So, I'm going to plug your channel a little bit, okay, Zach? You have the Junk Pack Thursdays, every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
Yeah.
Lots of
thanks
fun.
to Tim, a lot of crappy old gum that's been stuck to cards for probably 40 years or for probably 30 years.
We're going to change the hashtag to eat the gum to eat the paper.
Like I said, that was the best tasting part of the last one. I don't know if you saw it. It came off of what was it, John? 91 score.
Mm-hmm.
The 91 score was the Russian Red Army.
Oh yeah,
national team cards, and like half of them were the gum. Like those ones were always the gum cards, and I got like 5 or 6 of them from Tim, and probably about a dozen others, where it's just glued. Literally, like I pulled it off, and the card came up with it. It's like, well, nothing I can do now. So, hey, Adam.
Hey, Adam.
Yeah. And on top of that, it tasted like Tim's a toolbox for about 10 years.
Nothing like some Central Red Army gum.
Yep. Oh. No, I know.
Sorry,
if anyone has the right to tease you about that, it's me, because I did a episode where I opened up 1978. Here's Bo Derek cards, and the gum was glued to the poster, and that was the third piece of gum I ate that day, all from the late 70s, early 80s, so I had no sense in my head.
That's why I told you, I only film one episode a week. You don't have that much in one go. It's just not good for business.
Zach, I'm
actually, I think it was great for business.
The 1992 Topps Kids gum, and the reason I ask, it was individually wrapped inside the wrapper, and I'm wondering if it all preserved it, or if it's just as nasty as everything else.
No, as luck would have it, I can actually answer that, because I had that, but not with that particular set. With the Flintstones movie cards, it was, I think it was, what, 94, 95. It was like one of the last years they put gum in there, and they were individually wrapped.
Yep.
And I had it in, I think, last year, calendar 2024. And yeah, It was pliable. It tasted horrible. You could actually blow a bubble with it still because it was individually wrapped. Like it was a legitimate stick of gum in there. And it's because I was so used to it like exploding when I ate it, I was like, this is normal gum, and then the taste hit like, no, this is wrong. Like it was unusual. But yes, if you ever come across it, more than likely it will still actually turn into gum instead of horror.
I love it. I was like, if there's one person that will have an answer to this question, it will be Zach, and you did not disappoint. So
Yeah. Zach, I think
Gary,
you.
No, Gary B, the casual comic guy, I met up with him a while ago. And then he was like, I want to go back and see when the earliest they were putting gum in cards was. Let's see what we can get for you. I'm like, oh my God. I think he found it back in like the 20s that they were putting gum in trading cards. And no, 1976 is the oldest I've had so far.
yikes.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding me, John.
No problem. No, I think me and Zach would both agree that for whatever reason, 90s gum impacts are the worst. Even 70s and 80s, 90s for some reason are worse.
It's because they haven't hit that age where they've actually started to break down. It's like, okay, you taste awful, but you're going away. No,
Yeah.
It still has some of that gum, actual gum left.
Anyway,
Now I know
I'll
why
stop
that looking like.
torturing you. You also, over at Incognito's channel, you and Maiden have Spin That Racks, which I'm personally really enjoying a lot.
Yeah, we talk records Saturdays noon Eastern. It's 90s
awesome.
month, and it's 90s month, so I had to debut with some punk music because I don't have many 90s albums. I found out, as weird as that sounds, and it makes sense because that's when vinyl started to go away for CDs.
Yeah, it is.
So most everything after about 1994 was on CD.
I'm a vinyl fan, so I'll have to check that out. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
If you are, reach out to we'll get Maiden's World of Wax to reach out to you. You can bring you on as a guest if you have any records you want to show off.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely worth the watch. I love it myself. This is literally the only record I have, but there's a big story about that. I'll tell you later if you want to hear it. But I actually am a little behind. I have to admit, I'm a little behind on your videos. But do you have anything coming up that you want to talk
I always have something in the hopper. So just maybe a day ago, I won the last Allen and Ginter Negro League auto that I was missing. So I have the full run now. So I'll be doing a video on those coming up.
That's good.
And yeah, I'm really, really proud of it. It took about 3 years of searching to finally track down all 15 or 16 of those. So that'll be neat. And then I'm working on a project I called Warlords, where I'm trying to collect a card of the Major League War leader for every season from 1952 through the present. So like, Willie Mays in 1965, he led the league in war. So I go out and find the 65 Willie Mays. So I have a few more of those in. So I'll have another video up in that series. And then I started doing a collaboration with Brent Richards, good buddy of mine. He does the channel Brent Richards and Baseball Cards. And we've done 2 or 3 of them now. We're doing our next one next week. And it's going to be all about Top Stadium Club, everything Stadium Club. So that should be pretty fun.
One of the best sets that ever existed.
Absolutely. I was an original member of the club back in 1991. So been a fan ever since. So we're going to do a whole video all about everything Top Stadium Club. So that's a few things I have coming up.
That's going to be good.
Very nice. Very nice. And I don't know about anyone else, but I am really looking forward to the next Whipping with Theo.
Yes, I'm overdue, so he needs to get a little bit of screen time, so I'll try to work one of those in.
I'm starting to wonder if he's just having a contract dispute with you. He's asking for more money or something.
He does
Are you
very well, so
suggesting-
we'll get him. We'll get
Are
him
you
up soon.
suggesting that Leo's holding out? Well,
Yes. So yeah, for myself, obviously I have. Remember that show when I go back into old shows from our past, and I do a bit of a documentary on it. Last week I did Thundercats.
yeah, you did.
So
That was my show back in the day.
I do so many at a time. I can't really remember 100% what's coming up. Yeah, I honestly can't remember what next week's is. So it's going to be a surprise for all of us.
Exactly.
Then on Tuesdays, I have 3-channel shuffle, which I pick 3 channels every week and let AI, obviously with my help, make a song about them. So that's a lot of fun. On Wednesdays at 5 p.m. It's not a premiere or anything, but I do have a new series coming out, which is 3 cat adventures. So far, the 3 cats have gone to Egypt, gone to Niagara Falls. So I'm having lots of fun with those. And and every Saturday, I have my hockey game highlights.
Busy
So,
schedule for John.
Right?
Oh yeah, I also have my TikTok. If it wasn't for my TikTok, I would go nuts. Because I'm not joking, I have almost 300 videos, like long form videos, either scheduled or private. So yeah, there's a reason why I have 3.4 thousand videos in just over 4 years. But anyway, yeah, with my channel, I feel like I'm having lots of fun. Don't get me wrong. I'm spinning my tires to get to the 3K. I need 400 watch hours, and I get to the first level of partnership. So
Let's go.
So with that, I'm even pushing harder than I used to. So you're going to see a lot more
All
late
John,
night
all the
mirrors
time.
and all that kind of stuff.
Very soon, YouTube. Get ready. See, I'm a
Yeah.
hype man. I do this for free, man. I should start charging people.
So
Pardon me.
anyway, I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Get the outro queued
You mean
up,
outro.
and hope you enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep on collecting.
Later.
Bye.
Take care.
Take 3.
Okay, never
We're still
mind.
live. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, outro didn't work.
Good night.
I apologize. See ya.